What's up guys, Grasshopper here, and welcome back to another Overwatch video. You know what this video is about because you saw the title, and you should just know if you play Overwatch. Orisa, the new tank hero, has been released to Overwatch. So this is going to be a hero overview like the past ones. I will link the playlist to all the other hero overviews at the end of this video, and let's get right into this one. Orisa is a tank hero. She has high power, 200 health, and 200 armor. She has low mobility, and she is a 2-star hero, which means she's medium difficulty to use. Now her weapons, she only has a fusion driver, which is her main gun. It shoots projectiles, so aiming takes a little getting used to. I will admit, it's kind of hard to aim with her. It'll take like a few games to definitely get her aim down, at least a little bit. The damage from one hit is 12, and the rate of fire is 12 rounds per second. Now this gun will hit headshots, and there's 150 ammo for her to burn through, and it takes 2.5 seconds to reload. So yeah, you will definitely notice how hard it is to aim, and you will notice how much ammo she has. Like, that is half of Bastion's clip when he's in turret mode. Now let's move on to her abilities and weapons. Her ultimate is Supercharger. Orisa deploys a device that looks like a bongo drum, and any allies within 25 meters and the Supercharger's line of sight will get a 50% damage increase. Now Orisa can also get this damage increase, so you could help your whole team out by giving everyone on the team a 50% damage increase. So it's a really good ultimate. You just have to keep it alive because it only has 200 health, and it only lasts for 15 seconds or until destroyed. The best way to protect it is to put it where your whole team can get the use out of it, but also put your barrier in front of it, and you could use like a wall behind it as protection that way too. Now her first ability is Halt, and this is used with left trigger or LT on Xbox. Orisa launches a slow-moving projectile similar to Zarya's ultimate Graviton Surge that can pull enemies toward it when you detonate it with the ability button again. It is a pretty small area of effect at 7.5 meters, but you can see what enemies will be affected by these little green lines connecting the enemies to the projectile. It does no damage, and it cools down in 8 seconds. So, to use this ability, and for best results, you want to shoot towards where the projectile is moving, and then right when you detonate it, it's going to pull all the enemies in, so you'll still be shooting into that spot, and if you're aiming at their heads, you will do a ton of damage in that 1 second that you are actually hitting them. Because like you can use this on a Tracer and a Genji, and they can't dodge your bullets anymore, because it will hit them in the face. Some other examples of what to do with Halt are pulling enemies off the map, helping a friendly Roadhog land an easy hook. You can move an enemy Reinhardt for an opening, like for say the Reinhardt on your team has his ultimate hammer down. You move the enemy Reinhardt a little bit up in the air with your Halt ability, and then your Reinhardt uses his ultimate and the whole team will get flattened to the ground. Or you can use it as a small Graviton Surge for teammates' ultimate like Tracer's Pulse Bomb. That's a really good strategy too. Orisa's next ability is Fortify. This is used with left bumper or LB on Xbox. Orisa reduces damage taken by 50% and becomes invincible to crowd control effects like knockbacks and Reinhardt's ultimate, for example. I'll go through everything she blocks in a second. This is probably her best ability other than her barrier. It lasts for 4 seconds and cools down in 10 seconds. You want to use this when the enemies are using their ultimates that can knock you back, or after your barrier breaks to survive a little longer. So here's a list of everything Orisa is not affected by at all when fortified. McCree's Stun, Pharah's Rocket's Knockback and her Concussion Blast Boop, Sombra's Hack, and EMP will not cancel Fortify, but the duration of the hack on her other abilities will last. Junkrat's Mine won't knock her back. His trap will break if she uses Fortify either before or after it grabs her. She can just walk right over it. Mei cannot freeze or even slow down a fortified Orisa with her gun or her ultimate Blizzard. Diva can't push Orisa back with her boosters. Fortify is a hard counter to Reinhardt's charge. When Reinhardt charges, he will deal 100 damage to himself and stun himself for a moment, like when two charging Reinhardts collide. And Reinhardt's ultimate Earth Shatter won't stun Orisa, but she takes the damage at a 50% reduction. Remember that reduction helps. An enemy Orisa can't use Halt on a fortified Orisa, Roadhog can't hook her, and his ultimate Whole Hog won't push her back, but it does so much damage up close that Roadhog can still kill her even if she's fortified, so just don't use Fortify up close when Roadhog uses his ultimate. Winston's jump knockback when he lands and his ultimate primal range knockback won't work on her. Zarya's alternate fire, her grenades, they do a little bit of knockback. That knockback won't affect a fortified Orisa, and her ultimate Graviton Surge can be easily walked out of by a fortified Orisa. Anna's Sleep Dart doesn't do anything, Lucio can't boop Orisa, and Symmetra's turrets won't slow her down. I know that's a lot to remember, but this will only make you a better Orisa player in the long run. Now Orisa's next ability is Protective Barrier. This is used with right bumper or RB on Xbox. Orisa shoots out a barrier that can protect her and her allies. It can't be moved, has 900 health, and is roughly half the size of Winston's barrier, but literally like cut in half. It lasts for 20 seconds or until destroyed and cools down in 12 seconds. It starts cooling down as soon as you deploy it, so you'll usually have a fresh one ready to go. You're going to want to have a barrier down before the enemy team starts pushing in, so it can cool down and it can come back so you have another one right away after your first barrier is destroyed. And you and your team should definitely use these barriers as much as possible. That goes without saying. You should use any barrier that your teammates put down. Now here's a new section from the old videos, but I'm going to go over the counters to Orisa and who she counters. So Orisa is strong against Reinhardt, Torbjorn, Roadhog, Winston, and unprotected 200 health enemies at medium range. Orisa is weak against flankers and long-range attackers like Sombra, Pharah, Hanzo, Widowmaker, Junkrat, Reaper, Genji, and Tracer. Your whole team needs to work around Orisa to keep her alive and keep her putting out damage to the enemy team. The best team comp I've come up with that uses Orisa is a Reinhardt, Sombra, Mercy, Ana or Zenyatta, and another DPS hero that hopefully can protect against flankers like Soldier 76 is a good one, or Bastion, Reaper, Junkrat, or even Pharah if you want to go into the skies. Now let's move on to the how to use Orisa. She's meant to be played in the middle of your team since she is a mid-range attacker and is weak to flankers, so you kind of want to protect her sides. You want to put down your barrier at the front of your team or at a choke and fire away with 150 rounds. Teams need to work together to get the most out of Orisa using her halt ability and eventually the supercharger. Orisa has really low mobility, so set up in a good spot that is easy to defend and protect your healers. Flankers and snipers will destroy Orisa, so look out for these and stay out of their sight. So yeah guys, that was my overview on Orisa. I think she is a really good hero. I think she fits well with the tanks. I like her because I like D.Va, so she works well with me. I still have to get completely comfortable with her aim because the projectiles do make it a little hard, and she might need a little buff, but that also could be because I'm not good with her aim completely yet. It'll be interesting to see what will happen when she goes into competitive in a few days and see how she works out with the meta going on there. I don't know, she could be buffed, she could be nerfed. There's a lot of other changes coming, like Lucio being able to wall ride a lot more, and just crazy stuff's happening in Overwatch right now. The next cinematic will be coming out soon, so I'm excited. I hope all of you are excited. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to check out any of the other hero overview videos if you want to. There will be linked at the end. And I hope you all have a good day. Goodbye.